Hey guys, welcome back. So last time we were in the process of taking over this neighborhood. As I've mentioned before, we're going to take over the entire garment district. I did some playing a little bit offline and I took over some businesses over here. So we really only have just this one left, Chips Electronics. And in order to grab them, I need a little bit over probably 5.5 million. Currently it's sitting at 2.2 million. So I figured it might be interesting to try a different approach of getting some money and a more dangerous and risky approach by going to the casino. So we're going to give that a shot. We're going to try to make at least that much money and see if we can come back the next day on Saturday and finally buy that place out and take care of the 3rd Street in the garment district. And then try to move on to the other businesses. Okay, so I thought to myself, what would be the best course of action in terms of making money here at this casino? And the slot machines, no, I don't think they're worth my time. They're too random. They don't provide an adequate amount of money back. So the other options are roulette and blackjack. And honestly, I think blackjack is probably the easiest to get money from. Although they're all obviously games of chance. This one has a little bit more control. And I think what we're going to do is we're just going to start with a big amount here, 500,000. Let's see how we fare. We start off with 14. He starts off with 10. If I stand, it's not going to be good. If I hit, it could potentially be catastrophic. And it was catastrophic. All right. Well, there's $500,000 gone. Let's do another 500,000. All right. We started with 7. So we're pretty safe to hit. And now we're at 17. I'm going to stand. And he, okay. Got the same result for both of us. Whatever. That's still technically not a loss. So let's try another 500,000. And we start off yet again with 14. We're at 17. We'll stand. And he got 17 again. This is becoming a little bit aggravating. $500,000 again. All right, we start off with 14 again. We're going to hit and get 19. We're going to stand. And he got 20. All right, we're going to bet 2.5 million. We're betting it all. And we start with 15. He starts with 10. And we just got 21. We are now at 5 million. Perfect. So now, I would say we probably still need a little bit more. So let's try a million. And we start off with 20. We're going to stand. And he got 20. All right, we'll try a million again. And we start off with 15 or 5. 16. 19. We'll stand. And we win. We have 6 million. We're done. I'm not going to bet anymore. It's already bad enough betting and losing everything. So we're just going to call that a day. Yes, I want to end the trip. We're done today. All right, we're arriving back in New York Harbor. Oh, we don't need that music. I don't know what happened to 300,000. Oh, probably delivery. Okay. So we're at 5.7 million. That still works out. Let's see if we can get that final business on 3rd Street so we can finally take over all of 3rd Street. And now he's worth 5.6 million. This was 4.3 yesterday. Okay then. Well, can't buy that now. What a massive annoyance. All right. Well, let's move the day forward and get some more money. All right, it is the next day. We now have $7 million. We are going to take over that business. It is going to be ours no matter what we do today. We are going to spend all of the money if we have to, because I want it. So let's get it. 5.5 million. The fact that this guy is not selling this for over $1 million of its estimated valuation is absolutely, positively stupid. I'm not paying more than that. I'm not. That's not going to happen. Very frustrating. Not going to lie. Pretty frustrating. The fact that there's no real negotiation that shows up on this, you're just putting in numbers the entire time, is pretty annoying. Not going to lie. I have no idea. Like there's no give or take. It's just, no, I don't accept. But why? What could you possibly have in this 75 square meter business that is worth even $1 million? Like, it's just not, you don't have $1 million of inventory. I'm sorry, you don't. I know you don't. I know that for a fact. There's nothing in that business that's worth that much. So we're gonna figure things out. We'll get some more money and go from there. All right, guys. So I have a unique idea that actually might work, because I really don't care about this business. I don't care to spend $8 million or whatever the heck he wants, but I could purchase the building for less money than what he's valued at and then evict him. Oh. Come on now. Give me the building. All right. So we were able to buy the building for less money, by the way, than what it would have cost to even purchase the base level of the business. The base level, when I saw it last, it was at 4.3 million. Obviously, it's gone up to 5.5 million. I don't care. I'll spend 4 million to buy the building. I don't care. I don't care about its market price. I don't care about my potential gain. I don't care, because I'm not giving it up. It's my building now, and I'm going to take over the unit. Gone is Chip's Electronics. So, ladies and gentlemen, well, I did take over the unit. There we go. Okay. Now we can actually claim that we own all of 3rd Street. At least between 5th Avenue and 4th Avenue. I could probably buy out these two businesses as well. I mean, they're not worth much at all. 800,000 and what is this? Another 800,000. Screw it. All right, we're able to get them for 1.2 million. So let's get them off the schedules here, because I don't care about any of the employees at this place. You're all fired. And this one. Perfect. All right. I'll just go back here. Oops, not candidates. And let's actually close these businesses. There we go. All right. The only thing we don't have is this, and we're going to rent it. Because why not? So, from 6th Avenue all the way to 4th Avenue, we now officially 100% own every single business on 3rd Street. And as you can see, if you see a little key above the icon, it means we own it. And you can tell we own all of these businesses. And, you know, we also own the retail spaces as well. I did, you know, gobble those up for, you know, for obvious reasons at this point so that I can claim that. Obviously, we don't own these two places. This is insane. This place, 12.3 million. They sell salad. 12.3 million. Ridiculous. There's also this coffee shop here, 5 cups, 1.8 million. We're fine right now. We don't need to snag that just yet. But as you can tell, there's not much that we really need to take over at this point. Now, while I was offline, when I was purchasing these other businesses that were over here, I have not yet, and I'll show you here, I've not yet filled them up with employees or anything like that. And as you can tell, they're all closed. None of them are, well, this just needs cigars. That's okay. None of them are going to be generating income at the moment. So that's how you can really tell they're closed. But I did manage to gobble up 2 new hair salons, obviously electronics store, liquor store, and a clothing store. And you can tell I renamed them. I'm going to start renaming everything, to be quite honest, because I'm not going to be able to keep track of 25 different 365 tobacco places. It's just too ridiculous. So like this liquor store, I renamed Wacky Tobacco, just because it sounds funny. 3rd Street Clothing LLC. We have 2 new Brooklyn Cuts locations on 3rd Street, and we called one Brooklyn Cuts 3rd Street 2, which whatever. I do need to consider changing these if these names are showing up again, but for now I'm going to leave them as is. And then obviously I also bought out this location over here, this office. There we go. This guy right here. Just because it was just whatever, you know, trying to get what I can. But I mean, really, it's not going to be too difficult to clear out the rest of this district. I think really my next steps, aside from obviously purchasing these locations, is to start filling in the empty retail shops with businesses as well. And I'm just going to use blueprints. I'm just going to use blueprints on all these. Now, that leads me to a different thing here. I did notice on the retail locations, since music is necessary, customers are going to give you poor reviews if you don't have any music when they walk into your retail business. And unfortunately, none of the blueprints that I've seen thus far have any speakers. There's no music in these places. And I noticed it simply because I walked into one of them after I was just curious what it looked like inside, because I hadn't visited any of them. And a bunch of customers just appeared, you know, they generated on the screen, and all of them immediately pointed out that there was no music in the store. So I will take care of this at some point here, probably offline, just because it seems kind of monotonous if I were to just bring speakers for 20 minutes of gameplay. But I am gonna put speakers in all the locations here for sure that I know I'm blueprinting. I did start doing that a little bit just to see what the scores would bump back up to, and it seems to bring them back up to 100%. So the lack of music was really detrimental to the customer score. The overall score was still above 90%, but regardless of that, you want to obviously maximize it to 100% in this case. But really for these other businesses, the retail locations that are empty, I'm not entirely sure it really matters what I put in there, because I have repeats of everything at this point. But I mean, we could just, for instance, go to this one, start a new business. How many competitors do we have in the neighborhood? Electronics store only has the 1. 2 competitors for jewelry stores. Obviously, there's 1 nightclub. I'm not doing another nightclub. They don't generate enough at all. I think this actually seems like a fun idea, electronics store. So let's call it Radio Barn. For those of you that somehow don't know, Radio Shack was a business that existed all the way until the mid to late 2000s. They were a retail location that sold electronic parts, accessories, and then they morphed into what I think was a mistake, a cell phone store, excuse me, with cell phone accessories, putting the back burner of what their core used to be. So not a big fan of that change, but it is what it is. They did what they did and they ruined their business and they are no longer in existence. There's like a holding company that owns the trademark and they tried to do some online stuff and I don't know what they're thinking, to be quite honest. They ended up hiring someone to run their Twitter, which again, this is not the Radio Shack that existed. This is like this new version of Radio Shack. And I think you could still find it on Twitter, but they were posting like weird porn on their Twitter, which was very strange. And yeah, you really can't take that serious. No one's gonna go to your location or your website if you're doing that type of crap. So to each their own on that regard, but they were stupid. All right, so we opened up a new electronics store here across the street from our other one, Circuit City on 3rd. We got Radio Barn. And let's do another one here. Already got that. Let's do another jewelry store. We'll call this one 3rd Street Jewelers. Now, obviously these buildings are going to have, well, this one doesn't, but the last one you probably saw where it had beer and whiskey and all that, because it used to be the 365 tobacco. So I decided to change that a little bit. I'm gonna bump that down, apply that. Let's change the logo color. There we go. Background can be, let's do black. White font. Boom. That looks good. I like that. That looks really good. All right, so now what we can do, it's 10 o'clock on a Monday. Let's call Christian Bahood. And let's get the Radio Barn set up first. Now let's get the 3rd Street Jewelers. All right, they are now set up. What we need to worry about next is our logistics. And obviously we have all these places that we're going to need to do. And I'm not sure we're going to have, I mean, I think we will be fine, but you know, we also have to consider the fact that we will start running out of logistical capacity from our warehouses, given that they can only max out, I believe it's at 16 delivery locations per warehouse. So we do have to consider that. We do have to consider that we still need to get, I think our current goal is what, 80 businesses? Yeah, 80 businesses in the city. So we got a lot. I wish this really wouldn't do that. It's really frustrating. We got a lot to do in this regard. But we're getting there. I mean, we're at 51 businesses, so we need 29 more, which shouldn't be terribly difficult. But let's move the day forward. Let's get some things figured out, and I'll catch up with you here in just a moment. All right, everybody, we are back. So I have gone through, I've got the logistics set up for every business that we've consumed so far. I've actually bought out a couple more businesses. I got this coffee shop here and this discount market as well. I still need ideas for the empty retail locations, which we can figure out on the next video. But as it stands right now, we've got 53 businesses. We're worth 134 million. We make 7.2 million a week now, which is really nice. So roughly $1 million a day. And yeah, we're looking pretty good there. And logistically speaking, I'm gonna have to figure out, especially for this one here, we're at our last destination at this point. And I did rent out this warehouse over here. I could just turn that into the hair care product warehouse. I mean, at this point, it's not. Where is it? Well, it's one of them over here. I definitely rented out one of them, but I might just rent out all of them, to be quite honest. In fact, let's do it. I'll just get all of them. We're gonna do it right now. We're gonna do it live. They're all gonna be ours. Because at this point, I'm making so much money, might as well just start gobbling them all up. I think I actually do have every single one. So that works out in my favor. That's good. So I'll have extra spots. You know, I might have to do a logistical sweep again. Maybe have to figure out something different. I don't know quite yet how I'm going to situate it, but as it stands, logistics for the alcohol, and it's all one place, you know, alcohol and hair care products for some reason, but it is. We're probably going to have to change it up, especially because we're delivering to multiple markets and stuff for alcohol as well. So might have to just, you know, deliver alcohol from this warehouse to either the, you know, the fresh food warehouse where all these markets are getting their food from, or I don't know. It's something to think about. I mean, this system as it is right now is still workable. It's still totally fine. It's just, it will have to change at some point soon. By the way, I am residing in my very bare and barren apartment, my original apartment, because it's just easier being close by. But I mean, I think we've accomplished something pretty good today. We've got the whole of 3rd Street. We are starting to get 5th Avenue as we speak as well. I mean, we're doing pretty good as it stands. The garment district will be ours very soon. And once that point comes, it's going to be moving on to Murray Hill and taking everything over there as well. So that'll be it for this video. And as always, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet, and obviously hit that notification bell so you get notifications when I post videos for Big Ambition and any other series that I'm doing as well. But once again, guys, thanks, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.